Hello, my friend. Welcome to the VUS Learning English podcast. My name is Anna, and I am so happy you are here today. If this is your first time listening, welcome. We are a family of learners here. And if you are coming back, welcome back, my friend. I am so glad we are together again. Today, we are going to talk about something very important. It is a feeling that every English learner knows. Every single one. We are going to talk about that moment. The moment when you forget an English word, a simple word, a word you know, but it just disappears from your mind. This can feel scary. It can feel embarrassing. But I am going to share some secrets with you today. These secrets will help you feel strong and confident, even in those difficult moments. Thank you so much for choosing to spend your time with me today. It means so much. If you enjoy our time together, please think about following or subscribing. It helps our podcast grow, and it helps us reach more wonderful learners just like you. I am always curious. Where are you listening from today? Are you in Mexico or Sri Lanka? Maybe you're in Pakistan or India or Cambodia. Wherever you are, I am sending you a warm hello. Okay, are you ready? Let's begin. I want you to imagine something with me. Picture this in your mind. You are having a conversation in English. You are talking with a friend, or maybe a colleague from work. And it is a good conversation. You're feeling confident. You're smiling. The English words are coming to you. They are flowing like a beautiful, calm river. You're making jokes. You're sharing your ideas. You feel proud. You feel happy. And then it happens. Suddenly, a word is gone. It is a simple, everyday word, a word you learned a long time ago, a word you knew just 5 minutes ago, but now your mind is empty. It feels like you hit a wall, a big, invisible wall. Your beautiful, flowing river of words just stops. You freeze. You stop talking. Your sentence is not finished. It is just hanging in the air. You can feel your face getting warm, a little hot. You feel a wave of panic inside. It is a quiet panic, but it feels so big. You are searching and searching in your mind. Where is that word? I know this word. Why can't I find it? But the word is not there. The person you are talking to is looking at you. They are waiting for you to finish. They are kind. They are patient. But all you can hear is the loud silence in your head. It feels like a buzzing sound, loud and empty. Does this sound familiar? Have you felt this way before? If your answer is yes, then I want you to listen very carefully. The first thing you need to know is this. It is not just you. This feeling is normal. This experience is a normal part of learning a language. It does not mean your English is bad. It does not mean you are failing. Not at all. This happens to all learners. It happens at every level. Beginners feel this. Intermediate learners feel this. Even advanced learners feel this. And I will tell you a little secret. It happens to native speakers too. It happens to me all the time. We have special phrases for it in English. Sometimes we call it a brain fart. It is a funny, silly name for when your brain just stops for a second. Or we say, the word is on the tip of my tongue. Imagine your tongue. The word feels so close. It feels like it is right there at the very end of your tongue, but you just can't say it. So if this happens to everyone, what is the difference? The difference is not about knowing more words. The difference is about having better strategies. Fluent speakers have an invisible toolbox, a special box of tools they can use in these moments. These tools help them move around the empty space. They help them continue the conversation. They do it so smoothly, so easily. And in this episode, I am going to open that toolbox for you. I am going to give you those tools. I will share 5 simple, powerful strategies. You can use them right away, in the middle of a conversation. These are not long-term study plans. They are emergency plans. They are for real conversations, in real moments. They will help you keep going with confidence. But first, we need to understand something important. We need to understand why this happens. When you know the reason, you can stop blaming yourself. You can stop feeling bad, and you can start to fix the problem in a new way. Forgetting a word you know does not mean your memory is bad. The problem is not usually storage. The problem is retrieval. Retrieval is a big word. It just means finding and getting something. Let's use an image to understand this. Imagine your brain is a giant library. A beautiful, huge library with millions of books. Every word you have ever learned is a book in this library. When you learn a new word from a list in a book, it is like putting a new book on a random shelf. It is on a shelf somewhere in the back of the library. You know the book is in the library. You own it. But you have not practiced finding it. You don't know the exact location. This is your passive vocabulary. Passive vocabulary means words you understand. You understand them when you read them. You understand them when you hear them. But it is hard to use them when you speak. The book is in the library, but it is hard to find. But speaking is a very fast activity. It is high speed. You do not have time to walk through the whole library. You cannot look at every shelf. You need to find that book, that word, in a fraction of a second. Now, think about the words you can use easily, the words that come to you instantly, like hello, or thank you, or water. This is your active vocabulary. In our library, these are the books on a special table right at the front door. They are easy to see. They are easy to grab. You have used these books hundreds of times. You know the path to them perfectly. You build this active vocabulary, this table of easy words in one way. not by memorizing lists, but by using the words, by speaking them in real life, again and again and again. So, what causes that sudden moment when your mind is empty? When you cannot find a word? It is usually a mix of three things happening at the same time. Like a small storm in your mind, the first thing is pressure. Pressure is the feeling that you need to be perfect. The feeling that someone is judging you. Maybe you're in a job interview. Maybe you're giving a presentation at work or school. Or maybe you are just talking to someone new, someone you want to impress, someone you want to like you. In these moments, your brain can feel a little scared. It goes into a special mode. We sometimes call it fight or flight mode. This means the brain thinks there is a danger, like a big, scary animal. Your brain releases a special stress chemical. This chemical is called cortisol. You do not need to remember that name. Just know that this chemical is very good if you need to run away from a tiger. It gives your body energy to run fast. But this chemical is terrible for finding a word in a foreign language. Your brain literally takes energy away from the language part of your brain. It sends that energy to your muscles. It wants you to be ready to run. The word, the book, is still in your library. It did not disappear, but the librarian is busy. The librarian is dealing with the tiger at the front door. The librarian cannot help you find your book right now. This is what pressure does. The second thing is called interference. That is another big word, but the idea is very, very simple. Imagine all the words in your brain library are connected. They are connected by tiny, invisible strings. Words that sound similar are connected. Ship and sheep. Words with similar meanings are connected. Happy and joyful. Words that are opposites are connected. Hot and cold. It is like a giant spider's web of words. When you try to grab one word, you pull on a string. But sometimes you accidentally pulled 2 or 3 strings at the same time, or you pulled the wrong strings. This causes a little traffic jam in your mind. All the words get stuck. The word you want is there, but it is blocked by other words. This happens a lot if you try to translate in your head. If you think in your native language first, and then try to find the English word. This creates more steps. It creates more strings to pull. And it creates more chances for a mental traffic jam. And the third reason is the most simple of all. You just have not used the word in a while. Our brains have a simple rule. Use it or lose it. Think of the path to a word like a path in a forest. If you walk on the path every day, the path is clear. It is easy to see. It is easy to walk on. A word you used yesterday is on a very clear path. But if you do not walk on a path for 6 months, what happens? Grasses grow. Trees grow. The path becomes difficult to see. It is harder to walk on. It is the same with words. A word you last used 6 months ago is on a sleepy, overgrown path. The word is still there. The library book is on the shelf, but the path to it is weak. So please listen to me now. When your mind goes blank, it is not a personal failure. You are not doing anything wrong. It is a normal brain process. The goal is not to never forget a word again. That is impossible, even for me, even for other native speakers. The goal is to have a toolbox ready so you can handle it with confidence, so you can keep the conversation moving. And that is exactly what we are going to build right now. Our first strategy is wonderful. It is the strategy you will use the most. It is the art of talking around the word. There's a fancy, difficult name for this. The name is circumlocution, but we can forget that word. It just means describing what you mean using other words. You explain the idea. This is the number one thing that native speakers do. We do it all the time. We do it without even thinking about it. We do not freeze. We just describe. I want you to change how you see the forgotten word. It is not a brick wall that stops you. No. Think of it as a detour sign on the road. You cannot go straight. So you just find another way to get there, a different road. Your goal is communication. Your goal is to connect with the other person. Your goal is not perfection. The person listening to you wants to understand your idea. They do not care about the specific perfect word you use. They just want to understand you. Let's imagine a situation. You are telling a friend a story about your day. It was a rainy day, and you have forgotten the word umbrella. The old you, before today, might freeze. You might say, so it started to rain, and I didn't have my, what is it called? And the conversation stops. The energy is gone. It feels awkward, but the new you, the you with the toolbox, is different. The new you just talks around the word. You just describe it. You could say, so it started to rain, and I didn't have the thing you use to stay dry. See? It is simple. The meaning is clear. Or you could say, I didn't have that thing that you open up when it rains. Perfect. Or even simpler. I didn't have anything to protect me from the rain. In all of these examples, the other person knows exactly what you mean, 100%. And what will they probably do? They will help you. They will smile and say, oh, your umbrella. And you can say, yes, my umbrella. Thank you. And the conversation keeps going. It did not stop. You have not failed. You have succeeded. You successfully communicated your idea. This is a win. This works for any word at all. Let's try another one. Imagine you are in a kitchen. You want to heat up some soup, but you forget the word microwave. What can you say? You can talk around it. Could you help me? I want to heat this soup. Where is the box that heats food really fast? The other person will know immediately. Oh, the microwave? It's right here. Easy, no stress. What about a verb? An action word. Let's say you forget the verb to yawn. You are telling a friend about a long day. I was so tired last night. I couldn't stop. I couldn't stop doing that thing where you open your mouth when you're sleepy. Your friend will laugh and say, "You couldn't stop yawning." And you can continue your story through. What about an adjective? A describing word. Let's say you forget the adjective exhausted. You went for a long walk up a mountain. You want to tell your friend how you felt after the hike. I was at the point where I had zero energy left. Or I was so tired I just wanted to sleep for a week. The meaning is perfectly clear, and you sound very natural. The key is to change your first reaction. Your old instinct is to panic, to stop and dig down into your memory. Don't do that. Your new instinct is to build outwards, to describe. When you hit a blank space, a missing word, ask yourself little questions. What does it do? What does it look like? Where do you find it? What is it made of? This turns a moment of fear into a small, fun game. It is a puzzle you and the listener solve together. It keeps you speaking. It keeps the conversation moving. And it removes all the pressure to be perfect. This is your number one tool, your paraphrasing powerhouse. Talk around the word. Now for our second strategy. This one is a beautiful, simple trick. It is perfect for describing words, for adjectives. The strategy is this. Use the word not with the opposite word. The opposite word is called an antonym. This is a wonderful mental shortcut. It can save you in so many situations. And it can even make your English sound more thoughtful and polite. Think about it. Your brain often stores words in pairs of opposites, like two books next to each other in the library. Hot and cold, big and small, easy and difficult, happy and sad. When you are looking for one word, its opposite is often very close. The path to the opposite word might be stronger. It might be easier to find. So if you cannot find the word you want, just grab its opposite. Then you add the little word not. Let's imagine. You are talking about a project at work. You want to say the project was complex. But the word complex is gone. It has vanished. The old way. The project was, very, and then silence. Panic. The new way with our new tool. The project was not simple. That's it. The meaning is clear. Everyone understands. You could also say, the project was not straightforward. Again, the meaning is clear. And you sound perfectly fluent. You did not stop. You did not freeze. Sometimes this can even sound better, more nuanced, more thoughtful. Let's try a few more. You are at a store. You look at a watch. You want to say it is expensive, but you forget the word. What can you say? You can say, wow, that watch is not cheap. Perfect. You were talking about a person you met. You thought the person was a little rude, but you forget this word. What can you say? You can say, the person was not very polite. This is a great example. It sounds softer. It sounds more diplomatic than saying rude. Let's try another. Your friend asks about your apartment. Your apartment is messy. You did not have time to clean, but you forget the worst messy. You can say with a little laugh, my apartment is not very tidy right now. This is a lifesaver for adjectives, but you can also use it for bigger ideas. Let's say you are in a meeting. You are discussing a new plan. You think the plan is only a temporary solution, but you cannot find the word temporary. You can say, this is a good start, but we should remember that this is not a permanent solution. This is clear. It is professional. It communicates your idea perfectly. This strategy can also make you sound more polite and gentle. Imagine your friend has an idea. You think it is a bad idea. Saying, that's a bad idea is very direct. It can sometimes feel a little strong. You can use this strategy to be softer. You could say, that's not the best idea I've heard, or I'm not sure that's the right approach. The meaning is the same, but the feeling is different. It is more collaborative. It invites more discussion. So here's how you can practice this. When you learn a new adjective, a new describing word, try to learn its opposite at the same time. When you learn beautiful, also learn ugly. Put them together in your mind. When you learn generous, also learn selfish. When you learn interesting, also learn boring. You are building two roads to the same idea. You are giving your brain two paths in the forest. So if one path is blocked, you can quickly and easily take the other one. It is a wonderful, simple, and elegant tool for your toolbox. Okay, are you ready for our third strategy? This strategy is a fantastic way to organize your thoughts when you feel lost. You start with a big general word, a category, and then you slowly add more details, like you are going from big to small. I call this the general to specific funnel. Imagine a funnel. The top is wide, the bottom is narrow. You start at the wide top and you move down to the narrow bottom. When you forget a noun, a thing, a person, or a place, your first step is not to find the exact word. Your first step is to find the category it belongs to. This is almost always an easier word to find. The category word is usually a high-frequency word. A word on the front table of your library? Let's try an example. You are building some furniture. You need to hit a nail, but you have forgotten the word hammer. Instead of freezing, you start general. You start at the top of the funnel. You say, I need a tool. That one word, tool, is your anchor. It is your starting point. It gives the person listening context. They know what kind of thing you are talking about. Now you start moving down the funnel. You add details. It's a tool that you hold in your hand. Okay, now we know it is a hand tool. More specific, it has a heavy metal part on top. Now you are describing what it looks like. Even more specific. And you use it to hit nails. Now you are describing its job, its function. This is very specific. By the time you finish this short description, your listener knows exactly what you mean. Oh, you need a hammer. You have guided them on a little journey of discovery. You did not just stop. You communicated beautifully. This works for everything. Let's try another. You need to take your child to the doctor, but this is a special kind of doctor. You forget the word pediatrician. This is a difficult word. Don't panic. Start general. Start at the top of the funnel. What is the general category? Doctor. So you say, I have to take my son to a special kind of doctor. Now, get more specific. Add the function. A doctor for children. That's it. It is perfect. A doctor for children is a perfect description of a pediatrician. You have communicated with 100% success. Let's try one more, this time with a feeling. An abstract noun. Let's say you forget the word anxiety. Start general. What is the category? A feeling. So you say, lately I have had this really strong feeling. Now, add details. What kind of feeling is it? It's a feeling of worry about the future. Or it's a feeling where my heart beats fast and I think something bad will happen. This is so effective. Our brains love categories. Starting at the top of the category with a word like tool or feeling or animal helps your brain. It activates the right area in your brain's library. It is like turning on the lights in the correct section of the library. This makes it easier to find the related details. This strategy also buys you time. It gives you time to think. But it is not empty, silent time. You are filling the space with useful communicative language. To master this strategy, you can learn a few key starter phrases. Memorize them, practice them, so they become automatic. Here are some examples. It's a kind of tool. It's a kind of machine. It's a kind of container. It's a person who. It's a place where you go to. It's the idea that. It's a feeling of. Having these starter phrases ready is like having a launch pad, a safe place to start from. When your mind goes blank, you do not have to invent a strategy. You just reach for one of these phrases, and you begin your description from general to specific. So far, all our strategies have focused on words, but communication is so much more than just words. Our fourth strategy uses a powerful universal language, a language you already speak fluently, your body. Using gestures with your hands and expressions on your face is not a childish thing to do. It is not a workaround for bad English. No, it is a sophisticated communication superpower. I know that many learners feel shy about using gestures. They feel that if they use their hands, it is a sign of weakness, a sign that they cannot express themselves with words. I want you to completely erase that idea from your mind. Let it go. The truth is, the best communicators in any language use their bodies. They use their hands, their face, their posture. They use them to add meaning, to add clarity, to add emotion. When you forget a word, your body can be your best friend. It can step in to fill the gap. It can help the listener understand. Let's go back to an earlier example. You are in a cafe. You want to ask for sugar, but you have forgotten the word. You can use our first strategy. You can describe it. Can I have the sweet white powder for coffee? That works great. But what if you combine it with a gesture? You could say, can I have, the thing for coffee? And while you say that, you make the motion of tearing a small paper packet. And then you make the motion of pouring it into your cup. The gesture does half the work for you. It is so fast. It is so efficient. It is almost impossible to misunderstand. This strategy is amazing for describing actions and objects. Imagine you're telling a friend how you got to their house. You forget the verb to drive. You can say, I was on my way here. And then you just mime holding a steering wheel. You move your hands like you are turning the wheel of a car. Everyone will understand you were driving. Imagine you are in an office. You need to cut a piece of paper. You forget the word scissors. You can go to your colleague and say, do you have the thing for? And then you make a cutting motion with your first two fingers. Like your fingers are the two blades of the scissors. They will immediately say, oh, scissors? Yes, here you go. What if you forget a word for a feeling like headache? You can say, oh, I have a terrible pain right here. And you point to your head. You can also change your facial expression. You can make your face look like you are in pain. Your face is part of your body language. A smile, a frown, a look of confusion. These are all powerful communication tools. Please, do not let the fear of looking silly hold you back. People are not judging you. People are grateful for any clue you can give them, any clue that helps them understand your message. Gestures are not a weakness. They show that you are a creative, resourceful communicator. You are using all your tools to connect with another person. That is a wonderful thing. Here is a small challenge for you, a fun practice. For the rest of the day, try to consciously use your hands more when you speak. Even when you speak your native language, if you talk about something big, show how big with your hands. It was a huge dog. If you talk about something small, show how small with your fingers. Show direction. He went that way. Count on your fingers when you list things. When you make gestures a normal part of your speaking style, they will feel more natural. They will be ready for you to use in those emergency moments when a word is missing. Your body is your partner in communication. Use it. We have arrived at our final strategy, our fifth tool for your toolbox. And this one is like a magic key. It is a simple, universal formula. You can use it to describe almost any object, person, or place when the name is gone. I call it the for plus verbing formula. It uses a preposition, for, and a gerund, which is the ing form of a verb. You do not need to remember the grammar names. Just remember the simple pattern. It looks like this. It's a thing for verbing. It's a person for verbing. It's a place for inverbing. This structure is brilliant. It defines something by its main job, its purpose. And the purpose of something is often the easiest thing to remember. Let's see how useful and flexible this formula is. Let's go back to the office. You need to cut paper. You forgot scissors. You can use this formula. Where is the thing for cutting paper? It is impossible to misunderstand this. It is clear, simple, and effective. Let's imagine you are in a cold room. You see a metal object that makes heat. You have forgotten the word radiator or heater. You can say to your friend, "Can we turn on the thing for heating the room?" Perfect. This is not just for objects. It works for people and places too. Let's say you're at the library. You need help. You forget the word librarian. Who is a librarian? It is the person for helping you find books. So you can ask someone, "Excuse me, where can I find the person for helping people find books?" What about a place? You are walking down the street. You smell fresh bread. You see a shop, but you forget the word bakery. What is a bakery? It is the place for buying bread. You can say to your friend, "Oh, look, that's the place for buying fresh bread." Let's think of some more. A washing machine is the machine for washing clothes. A key is the thing for opening doors. A teacher is the person for teaching students. A swimming pool is the place for swimming. The beauty of this formula is its amazing simplicity. You do not need complex grammar. You just need a simple category word like thing, person, place, or machine. And the main verb, the main action connected to it. In a moment of panic, your brain wants something easy. It wants a safe and simple path. Having a simple, memorized formula to use is incredibly calming. It gives your brain a reliable road to follow when other roads are blocked. Let's practice this right now. Look around the room you're in. Find an object. Any object. Maybe you see your phone. What is it? It's a thing for calling people. It's a thing for sending messages. Maybe you see a lamp. What is it? It's a thing for making light. Maybe you are sitting on a chair. What is it? It's a thing for sitting on. Doing this little exercise trains your brain. It trains you to think about function, about the job that things do. This way of thinking ensures that you are never truly stuck. You always have a way to describe what you mean. All right, we have talked about so much today. Let's take a slow, calm breath. And let's review our 5 wonderful strategies. Our 5 new tools in your communication toolbox. First, we have the paraphrasing powerhouse. This just means to talk around the word, describe it. Second, we have the opposite attracts. Use not plus the opposite word, like not simple instead of complex. Third, we have the general to specific funnel. Start with a big category, like tool, and then add details. Fourth, we have the silent communicator. Use your hands, your face, and your body to help explain. And fifth, we have the universal formula, the magic trick. It's a thing for verbing. But more important than any of these techniques is the change in your thinking, the mindset shift behind them. Maybe for a long time, you have believed something. You believed that fluency means knowing every single word. You believed that fluency means never making a mistake. My dear friend, that is a myth. It is not true. And believing that myth is the source of the pressure, it is the source of the panic that causes you to freeze. True fluency is not perfection. True fluency is resilience. Resilience is another big word. It means the ability to recover quickly from difficulties. It means being strong and flexible. Imagine learning to ride a bicycle. When you are learning, you will fall. Everyone falls. Falling is a normal part of the process. Forgetting a word is like falling off the bicycle. It is going to happen. Freezing and stopping the conversation is like staying on the ground. You just sit there, feeling bad. But using one of these strategies, that is like getting back up on the bicycle. Maybe you are a little wobbly, but you are moving forward again. That is resilience. That is fluency. A fluent speaker is not someone who never falls off the bicycle. A fluent speaker is someone who gets back on so smoothly and so quickly that nobody even notices they fell. Every time you use one of these strategies, you are succeeding. You are not failing. You are making an active choice. You are choosing to communicate. You are choosing to connect. The awkward moment is not when you forget a word. The truly awkward moment is when you give up. When you freeze and say, "Sorry, my English is bad," your English is not bad. Your English is growing and learning. When you say, "It's the thing for heating the room," you are being a fluent, effective communicator. You are a success. So please give yourself permission to be imperfect. Give yourself permission to be human. The next time a word disappears from your mind, I want you to try something new. Do not panic. Smile. Take a calm breath and see it as an opportunity, a chance to practice one of your new, powerful skills. The person you are talking to is there to connect with you. They are not there to grade your English test. Focus on the connection. Focus on the message, and the words will follow. You now have a powerful toolkit, but a tool is only useful if you practice with it. A hammer is no good if it just sits in the box forever. So I have a gentle challenge for you, a small invitation. In the comments section, I would love to hear from you. Tell me, which of these 5 strategies are you most excited to try first? Is it talking around the word? Or using gestures? Then, if you feel comfortable, pick a word you often forget and use one of the strategies to describe it in the comments. Let's practice together. We can learn from each other. And of course, if you found this episode helpful, if it made you feel a little more confident, please consider giving it a like or a 5-star rating. And don't forget to subscribe or follow the podcast so you don't miss our next lesson together. It is the easiest way to support, and it helps other learners find us. Thank you. Thank you so much for listening today, for sharing this time with me. It is a gift to be on this journey with you. Remember to be kind to yourself. Learning is a long, beautiful path. It is not a race. Every single step you take is progress. You are doing a wonderful job. Keep speaking, keep practicing, and keep being brave. I will see you next time, my friend.